Good day, guys. Good day to you all. Welcome back to the Formula Sports channel. Thanks for being here. We're talking Jamaica versus Cameroon, which would have taken place earlier today. I saw bits and pieces of the live match, but I didn't get a chance to watch the live stream. So I eventually caught it delayed and I got to watch it. And, we're just here talking quickly about that game. Quickly, knock up like button, subscribe, and share. Also, the game was scheduled to start at midday, 12 p.m. today, but originally it was scheduled to kick off at 9:30 a.m. So, the time changed. And also, yesterday in my live, I misspoke. I was saying that we were playing the Cameroon team comprised solely of players who were plying their trade in Cameroon. And I refer to it as the UNCAF team. It is not. I mixed up UNCAF and Chan, right? UNCAF is Central America. So I said it was the UNCAF team. I meant to say it was the Chan team. I misspoke. So we're getting into the game earlier today. Rather, I don't want to go as far as a meaningless friendly, but I guess anytime the Reggae Boys play, it is not meaningless. There is some meaning that can be attached to it. One thing I want to say quickly, when we're critiquing players, especially, when we're using JPL and less experienced players and that sort of a thing, we have to remember, that these games are played away from home, most often in the home of the opposition. Today, the young, relatively young, a lot of them are young or inexperienced Reggae Boys would have played against Cameroon in Cameroon, right? In a packed stadium, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 40,000 seater stadium. They said it was, right? So I think from the standpoint of applying context and fairness and being reasonable, we have to put it in context and speak on the challenges that can arise playing in that respective context, right? But with that being said, it wasn't a good game from the Reggae Boys today, right? So yes, we put it in context. We refer to all the variables, but we still have to, be real about it. It was not a good performance, right? Jamaica would have had a starting formation of 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2 in defense, 2-3-2-3 in attacking transition. The Cameroons had a 4-2-3-1 starting formation, right? And a very flexible 2-3-2-3 that sometimes looked like two up front and sometimes looked like a back three. It was a very flexible 2-3-2-3 in attacking transition. So that's what both respective teams would have played. And to be honest with you, this particular game, I mean, I said the Reggae Boys didn't play well, but truth be told, the Cameroonians never really played well either. I mean, yes, they were the better team. They were on the front foot for a majority of the game. The game was mostly one-way traffic, and the Reggae Boys did play mostly behind the ball. But to be fair, there wasn't a lot of quality either way from both teams, The goalkeeper, Jamali Wait, made a few saves earlier on, but apart from that, Cameroon really and truly struggled to break down the Reggae Boys and create clear, proper goal scoring chances, right? The Jamaicans were very compact, to be fair to them, relatively well organized behind the ball and really difficult to break down, right? They really and truly were dogged in defense as well and really fought hard, fought valiantly. To be fair to the Reggae Boys, they didn't show a lot of quality, but off the ball, they really put in a shift. Most of them, if not all of them, and really proved difficult for the Cameroon players to break down. And as I said, quality either way, poor the Cameroonians as well, in my humble opinion, didn't really show a lot of quality on the ball. It was a very scrappy game, to be fair, from both teams. It was a very scrappy game. The goals came first in the 68th minute. Remember, I'm telling you about Justin McMaster, decent little baller, Seeing he opened the scoring for the Reggae Boys in the 68th minute against the run of play It was a counter-attack, some good work from Lamar Walker to win possession of the ball in midfield, right? Played a give and go with Jordan Fletcher, right? And then took on 2 players, beat both players. It was a very good move from Lamar Walker, to be fair, right? It was undoubtedly the best moment of quality in the game, and then played a lobbed pass over the high back line of the Cameroonians, because the Cameroonians on the front foot playing a very high back line, played it, dinked it over the top, Justin McMaster ran onto it, very good finish from McMaster. The play would have started on the left-hand side of the pitch when Lamar Walker won the ball, right? Lamar Walker did very well on that particular play. He won the ball it was a very good sliding tackle. He won the ball about midway his defensive half, right, and got the Reggae Boyz going in transition. The Cameroonians equalized in the 74th minute via a long-range attempt that took a deflection of Kevin Lambert. Unfortunate goal for the Reggae Boyz to concede, took a deflection, and it would have deflected over, a diving Jamali Wade. So there's not much he could have done where that goal was concerned. So, and it finished 1 apiece. Those were the 2 goals in the game. So again, we opened the scoring in the 68th minute through Justin McMaster and a player by the name of Kaiba. I have no idea how you pronounce this, but he would have leveled the scoring in the 74th minute. I want to touch on a few players quickly. As I said, most of the Reggae Boyz on the ball, not a lot of quality, but dogged, fought hard, got stuck in, work rate, very good. Very good, to be fair to them, fought hard. Jamali Wade made some big saves earlier on in the game, right? In the first half, he made about 3 really big, really good saves. He looks the part. He looks like he is ready for international football. I eagerly was awaiting this player. I wanted to see what this player did. I was eagerly awaiting seeing this particular player because, I wanted to see what he could do. The starting relatively young starting USL goalkeeper. His distribution as well was good. He commanded his area well. He looked the part. He looked the lot. Seen? So big up to Jamali Wade. Whenever he was tested, stood up. The only thing, conceded a goal, but to be fair to him, wasn't his fault. Lamar Walker showed quality in bits and pieces. He was inconsistent. This particular play showed some quality on the ball, made a good play. Then the next play did something rash or, had a poor touch, like a poor ball control, and that would have allowed the ball to go out of touch, that sort of a thing. So, showed quality, every now and again in the game, especially on the goal, but was inconsistent in the game. Justin McMaster, from an outfield player standpoint, probably showed the most quality on the ball, in my humble opinion. He still had some bad plays for sure, but he probably had more good plays on the ball than he did have bad, in my humble estimation. Did well, good run, well-timed run to beat the offside trap to score the goal, and he really put in a shift. He really, really, really put in a shift, right? Helped out his right back significantly, broke up a number of plays, made a number of interceptions down the right-hand side of the pitch. He was very good. My favorite Reggae boy, Kevin Lambert, right? I'm being sarcastic. But, to be fair to Lambert, I don't know when I rate Lambert as a CDM. I have a lot of time for him as a centre-back. I don't really rate him as a CDM, but to be fair to him, he had a decent game. Had a few decent moments on the ball, to be fair to him, where his ball usage was decent. Most of his plays on the ball were not the best, as was the case with all of the players on the team, but had some decent plays that were crucial in key moments of the game. But his defensive work was, to be fair, it was good. It was good. Broke up a number of plays and made a number of interceptions. To be fair to Lambert, this was one of the better games I've seen from Kevin Lambert in the national team. Stewart, the forward, the forward Stewart, Travante Stewart, he came on as a substitute on the stroke of halftime, or at the halftime, after the halftime, when play was going to restart for the second half. And he had some good touches, to be fair. He made a good impact, certainly did better than Peter McGregor, which was surprising to me personally. He did well. He had some good plays where he held up the ball well, linked the play well, brought in, his fellow attackers into the play, his fellow teammates into the play, had some good hold-up play moments, had some good ball usage moments as well, right? To be fair, a lot of the times he got on the ball, he did something of note, to be fair to him. Had a good impact off the bench. He almost did some excellent work down the left flank, drove past the fullback, drove to the byline, into the box, tried to cut it back, right? It was an excellent goal-scoring opportunity that he created. However, his cut-back pass was a little bit behind Jordan Fletcher, just a little bit. The pass, if it was just slightly better, right, Jordan Fletcher would more than likely certainly have scored. So Travante Stewart really made a good impact off the bench. And I think Demario Phillips as well had 2 or 3 really good plays and made a decent impact off the bench when he came on, especially that long-range effort in the end. Yes, it went straight to the goalkeeper, but I mean, it was one of the highlights of the game from a Reggae Boyz standpoint. I think that tells you all you need to know. It was well struck, but went straight at the goalkeeper, right? The substitutes in the 45th minute, Travante Stewart came on for Peter McGregor. In the 67th minute, King came on for Damian Lowe, and Phillips also came on for McMaster in the 77th minute. Atkinson came on for Lamar Walker. And in the 78th minute, Malik Howell came on for Ricardo Thomas. And in the 85th minute, Colorado Murray came on for Jordan Fletcher. Also, finally, before we get out of here, I think it was a little bit misleading as well when it was stated that we would have been playing the Chan Cameroon team, because not all the players, most of them were Cameroon based, but not all of them were based in Cameroon, right? There were a couple of them that were not. Most of them were, but there were a couple of them that were not, including Vincent Abubakar. You guys remember him? Currently plays his trade in Saudi Arabia, ex-FC Porto Besiktas and FC Lorient center forward, right? He started the game for Cameroon. However, he would have come off just before halftime. Forgot to mention that earlier on in the video. So guys, knock up the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Free and easy ways to support the channel. Hit me in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, take care, guys. Stay safe, and until next time. Thought I was forgetting something. Anyways, take care, guys. Stay safe.